Hey Huskies, Ms. Brockman here. Wanted to take a couple minutes to share with you how we're going to check books out this year. I am looking at our library OPAC right now, which is our digital catalog, kind of has a listing of everything that we have. And it's probably a page that's familiar to you. To get to this page when you are at home or when you're at school, you can just go to the Hewitt-Trussville Middle School website. So you can just search for Hewitt-Trussville Middle School. Once you go to our website, go ahead and click on School Life and click on Library. That'll take you to our library page and you'll see search for a book. Okay. Once you get to the OPAC, you are ready to make your selection. So this year's a little different. School's a little different. Library's a little different too. We're not going to be able to go into the library and just randomly browse for books. So you'll have to do your browsing here at the OPAC and check your books out here at the OPAC. Okay. What will happen is when you put a request for a book in the library, when that book is available, we'll go to the shelf. We'll grab that book for you. We will check it out to you and we will deliver it to your homeroom teacher. Your homeroom teacher will make sure to get those to you as they get them in the morning. If it is a book that other people already have checked out and you put a hold on that book for yourself, meaning that you're in line, kind of in the waiting line for that book to be the next person to have the book, you have to wait until that first person gets the book turned in before it will be checked out to you. So be patient, and I'll show you how to see when the due date of the book is to give you an idea of when you might see the book show up in your homeroom teacher's classroom, okay? First thing you'll need to do when you get here is log in. To log in, you're going to click on the log on button in the upper right-hand corner, and you're going to use your Chromebook login. Remember, your Chromebook login is going to be your first legal name and those 4 special numbers, whatever your numbers are. And then your password is going to be your first initial, your last initial, and your lunch number. Ms. Brockman's is a little bit different. I'm going to go ahead and put my username in and my password. Click log on, and then you'll see that you're logged in and you'll be able to see everything about your personal account. So right now I'm looking at, I see that I've got a book that's reserved, the book The Nest I've reserved. Also, I'm looking, I can see books that or items I already have out. I can see, actually I can see my whole history if I want to go ahead and click retrieve my entire history of things I've checked out at Hewitt-Trussville Middle School. So you can see a lot of information here. All right, guys, I'm ready to go ahead and do a search. I'm going to go ahead and click in here, and I'm going to do a search for The Diary of a Wimpy Kid Wrecking Ball. When I do my search, I find the book. I go ahead and click on the title. I notice the book is out. And if I want to see when that book's going to return, I can click on holdings. It'll let me know when the due date for that book is. That gives me an idea of when I might receive it. But even though it's checked out, I can go ahead and reserve the book to be the next person in line. So if I go ahead and click reserve, it'll take me to this page. It will show you when the book is due back. Then I can go ahead and click reserve again. And guys, it's super important. You need to click it twice, okay? So click reserve, and then click OK. It says, I will be the first person in line. It lets you know how long you got to wait, how many people you're waiting behind, okay? You've got to click OK in order to see this last message in the color green. Item reserved successfully. If you do not see this message, the book has not been reserved for you. So make sure you click reserve, reserve, and OK in order to make this green message pop up and have that book reserved for you, okay? I'm also going to do a search for a book that I know is already in the library. Let's see, I'm going to do a search for Hollow. Look, I do see it's in. So I know when I put a reserve for this book, it will go ahead and request the book immediately. So this is a book I know that since it's here, it said that it's in, that I should probably expect to see it in my homeroom teacher's classroom pretty soon, probably within 2 or 3 days, you're going to see it show up there. I'm going to go ahead and click reserve. It shows me we got 1 copy out, 3 copies in. I'm going to go ahead and click reserve a second time, and then finally click OK. And it should come up, item reserved successfully, okay? If you do place a reserve on an item and it does not show up in your teacher's classroom within 2 or 3 days, do shoot me an email and let me know. My email is rachel.brockman@trustvillecity.schools.com. If you're wondering where it is, it hasn't shown up, you can always go back into your account and just make sure that that reserve is there. So let's do that. I'm in the OPAC. I'm going to click on my items up here, and I'm going to look at my reserve list, and I see that all 3 titles are there. These are books that I've asked to reserve. If I click on one of them, it will let you know when you reserved it. It will let you know how far back in line you are in receiving the book. This is a great place to go if you're waiting for a book, it hasn't shown up, and you're kind of wondering where it is. Okay, so just know that that's there for you. Turning books in. We're going to have a book return box. It's the color red. It's going to be outside the entrance of the library. You can drop your books in there anytime when you are done with your books. And we're going to put those books in a 3-day quarantine to make sure they're nice and safe for you to check out. So even if there's a due date on a book that says it's going to be in a certain time, just be patient. Just know that that book has got to go through a 3-day quarantine before we're able to check it out and get it delivered to your classroom. If you have any questions about any of that, let Ms. Brockman know, and I'll see if I can get them answered for you. Thanks for listening, and happy reading, Huskies.